Just take those old records off the shelf. I sit and listen to them by myself. Today's music ain't got the same soul. I like that old time rock and roll. Don't try to take me to a disco. You'll never even get me out on the floor. In 10 minutes I'll be late for the door. I like that old time rock and roll. Still like that old time rock and roll. That kind of music just soothes my soul. I reminisce about the days of old with that old time rock and roll. From playing tango, I'd rather hear some blues and funky old soul. There's only one true way to get me to go. Stop playing old time rock and roll. Call me a relic, call me what you will. Say I'm old fashioned, say I'm over the hill. If 10 music ain't got the same soul, I like that old time rock and roll. Still like that old time rock and roll. That kind of music just soothes my soul. I reminisce about the days of old with that old time rock and roll. Alright, Charlie! That kind of music just soothes my soul. I reminisce about the days of old with that old time rock and roll. Acapella, like that old time rock and roll. That kind of music just soothes my soul. I reminisce about the days of old with that old time rock and roll. Still like that old time rock and roll. That kind of music just soothes my soul. I reminisce about the days of old with that old time rock and roll. Still like that old time rock and roll. That kind